Hello everyone, and welcome back to round 2 back 9 coverage of the 2021 Music City Open. Jeremy Koling and Paul Ulibarri here. BigBarri commentary coming at you for 9 more holes of disc golf. Hi, Paul.
Hello, and welcome. I always wanted to say that.
Mason
Ford, he's on another level right now, and that level is the top level.
Yes, it is.
He's playing very, very well, but he's got some guys to fend off here. Emerson Keith, not his best effort, and Cory's right there behind them, 4 back. Chris Dickerson playing pretty well, bogey-free 4 under. The momentum's on his side, but Mason, I mean, what else can you say? He's just dropping darts out there.
He's been shaping shots. He's feeling really comfortable off the tee, and he's making enough putts to hold off the storm of players. And Chris Dickerson, he's not just bogey-free for the round, he's actually bogey-free through the event still. So that's a streak to continue watching, as he played almost flawless disc golf all week in Vermont. He went through the first 3.5 rounds without a single bogey. We've seen some really clean tournaments this year.
Sidearm turnover.
Wow.
Does it turn over? Yeah, good enough. This is going to be Circle's Edge.
Heck yeah, that's fantastic.
It's closer than Circle's Edge. Wow.
That is an awesome flex shot from Chris Dickerson.
He still has the box, and Mason's birdied 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
No.
Did he just jump the box?
No, he's just birdied the same. No, yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, look at the board. See what happens, Chris. Steal someone's box, and you throw a great shot, and the person whose box it was do a bad shot. That's your fault.
Nice play.
That used to be a courtesy violation back in the day.
I like this move right here.
Wow.
Flip it up, dead straight. I believe that's a mid-range, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I like it too because he threw a great shot. I just like it when people throw great shots.
Yeah, that's also good. The gameplay behind it's also spectacular.
Smart.
Very smart, because
whoa, look at that.
You can error on the side of Circle's Edge, left or close like he did. Emerson got a big skip out of that. I don't think that was favorable.
Yeah, you don't expect to see those big skips out here with this very dense, thick grass and the mud and all that, but that time Emerson got about 50 to 60 feet on his skip. And he got really aggressive with the putt. Heavy chains left, and it doesn't stay.
That disc ain't going to be skipping no more.
Chris capitalizing.
Now it is his box.
Yeah, he will definitely earn the box for hole 11. Fancy little disc retrieval technique there. And once again, there's the engine of Cory Ellis getting ready to putt. And that time, the engine is well oiled. And so that was a buzz after all. Pretty impressive on 392 feet. It is downhill, but it is still... Takes a very committed, firm throw to get there with even a fairway driver. For most players.
Helping out his buddy, getting his disc out of there.
It does take 2 people to get a disc out of the basket on these elevated ones, or just one of me, but I wasn't around, so look at that. Teamwork makes the dream work. Hole 11, par 3, easiest hole in the course, 2.4 average, 204 feet. You got to get your 2, or it feels like a 4. A lot of 2s and 4s going on.
I'm going to say it. Star frame. Come on, Chris.
Dun, dun, dun.
I feel nervous.
You shouldn't with that tee shot. That's definitely the way to start the star frame. Chris is starting to heat up, folks.
Beautiful shot right down the middle. What I like about this is he takes it from left to right, making that awkward angle less awkward. It makes the fairway way bigger than if you were to just throw it directly at it.
And Cory liked that so much, he's going to go with his zone. The X zone. And he's
Is it stable enough, though? Oh, it's stable.
At the end, it's all it needs, a little bit of flat, and that'll put him at 20 feet, which is just a tap-in.
All right, Mason getting me nervous because he's throwing driver. Okay.
Nothing to be nervous about. Mason is on point with these drives. Yeah, and when Emerson pulls the harp out, good things tend to happen. I'm starting to buy into that star frame concept.
Yeah, these guys are just, with that shot in particular, they're all of them are very good at it. Okay, first one. Oh,
okay, that's the sketchiest putt we've seen from Cory, and it's one of the shorter putts he's had all day, but sometimes it feels that way, right? On those ones you got to get, you're a little bit more tentative, especially with the pace that Cory putts with. You know, when you putt with that much power behind it, oftentimes those 20-footers get a little bit nervy. You don't want to hit the pole too hard.
That's right. Ends in, pull out your pin because that's a birdie. That's what I like to say.
What did you say? Pull out your pen because that's a birdie?
Yeah, mark it on the scorecard.
Oh, okay. All right. And you are so smart. There is a star frame. Well done for our lead group. Our feature group was not able to pull off that same feat in round 1, so good to see.
Better lead group? I'm not going to say that, but I am. Because they're leading the tournament. So
yeah,
they are the best players in the tournament. Hole 12, 300 feet, 379 uphill the whole way. Plays more like 420, I'd say. Very skinny fairway. You want to take it, if you're smart, from left to right, bending it up the hill into that tight corridor at the end, making the fairway as big as possible. And this is going right, which is good. Yeah, that's the smart play, honestly. I mean, you're not going to park it that way. Used a bit too much of the fairway. But that was a correct flight.
You say if you're smart, you'll play it from right to left, but I would say if you're good. I mean, that might be what the shot everyone wants to do, but not everybody has the skill to do it. Cory's just going straight hyzer flip, and he has not thrown it that accurately. This is, to be noted, the third most difficult hole on the course. Well, that shot was just a bit too high, but just go back and watch that smooth form again. It is so simple and compact, and that disc comes out. Doesn't look like he's throwing hard, but man, so many players from Texas have, oh boy, this is a big number for Emerson. So many players from Texas have learned Bradley Williams' form and implement it as their own, and Mason, he is one of them. And
not a bad person to emulate.
One of the most picture-perfect forms we've seen in the sport of disc golf.
This is tough stuff, but I like it.
Oh, yes.
Are you kidding me? That is so much more difficult than you guys could ever tell.
That is wonderful.
Did he just say that's for you, Jerm?
Did he just say that?
I think he did. Say thank you.
Thank you, Cory. Oh, my goodness. Emerson, however, did not dedicate any shots to me, and now he is looking at a double bogey unless he can make a huge putt.
Don't hurt yourself. And he doesn't.
No, instead he just hurts the basket. Oh.
Hey, that's for you, Paul. What?
Oh, wow. That was nice. Oh, Mason.
Mason.
And Mason.
Yeah, you messed it up.
I did.
This could go a long ways right here. And it needs to go a long ways.
Yeah,
he's all over it, though. He really is. He's been off left. He's been high. He's been low a few times.
Yeah, and that's gonna really take the wind out of Emerson's sails. That's tough double bogey to swallow, and that's gonna drop him back considerably. He has already dropped off the pace by 4 shots, and this is gonna bring him back to 6 back. A great save from Cory, and there's gonna be par most likely for Mason, who's just 15 feet away, and a par for Chris. So 1 down in the round now for Emerson. And this course, at this point, you'd like to be at worst 3 to 4 under. And you don't want to have to rely on getting these birdies on the back 9 because there are so many tricky ones. 18, hardest hole on the course, and one of the top 5 hardest holes on tour. And one that is usually going to give you a bogey or worse. So you really need to start picking up some birdies if you're Emerson Keith. Hole 13, par 3, 276 feet is a slight, well, it's a pretty significant hyzer, but it doesn't play that far. It's just blind. You have to pick a spot up in the sky or a leaf in the background. Trust your disc. and either throw the Stahlheiser or the inside Spikeheiser. You could go putter, mid-range, or driver. Pick your poison.
I love it.
And
contending
with those back trees. That's the one. There's that one dead tree on the back side of the fairway that will grab so many drives if they're not just a little bit tighter.
Yeah, I didn't see that going there, and then a horrible roll. I mean, he still would have 50 feet down the hill. This looks wide too then, but maybe not. I don't know what I'm talking about. Look at it go.
Yeah, but it was close. It was just a mere inches away from grabbing those last branches.
Instead, tap in for Cory. Take him to 14. Yep. All of a sudden, applying pressure. Mason says, I deal with this all the time.
He didn't even throw the disc. I mean, he just barely turned his body, and the disc just went floof.
Very pretty flight. Missed those, the short pin placement, which has those logs kind of protecting it.
And this is the nice inside Spikeheiser play that we saw a little bit from Mr. Macbeth yesterday, and that's going to warrant or net a very short putt for the birdie. Look at this. Don't see that too often. The best option from 70 feet away was a flick roller.
Yeah, at this level, we're trying to get a look no matter what. Some sort of, even like kind of a fluffy flight up left, drifting right.
A floof.
Yeah.
Big putt for Chris. He remains bogey-free. He snatches his disc off the ground in disgust. Not a hole he's looking to take a par on. Second easiest hole in the course. And he's certainly going to be losing a lot of strokes to the guys at the top of the leaderboard.
Mason taking his time on that one. I like that. Keeping his putting stroke in rhythm. Very important.
2 park jobs for Mason and Cory. 3 birdies on the hole, and that's what Emerson needs to start getting things back on track. A nice birdie for him. Hole 14, par 3. What are you trying to do here, Paul?
There's a sneaky backhand route right there to the right. And that's really tough to do. You want to drift it from left to right with a backhand turnover. The real play, though, and I think all of these guys are going to do it, is the sidearm flex shot. Barely get around this tree the drone just went around, skipping right. You have to keep it low, and these branches are very, very low, so it's a tough angle to hit. It's
tough because you want to keep it low, but there is certainly
what happens.
Too low, and we saw that yesterday from Paul Macbeth, and Eric Oakley just barely changed the nose angle, and he ended up going long, so it's a very touchy amount of pace you got to put on this. Mason's giving a little better example of the height, but drifted that a little bit too much from right to left. This hole can be problematic. We saw Vino Makala take a double bogey in our first round. Early tree kick going into the left. It was absolutely devastating.
Yep, Dublina Boger.
What?
That's what he took.
Oh, Dublina Boger?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is slow rolling, and that didn't look like it was going to slow down anytime soon.
And that's a bummer. That was such a good shot. Chris, can you get the angle or the edge? I don't believe he did.
Tough hole. I mean, you really have to have a super overstable disc. That way it holds that low flight and doesn't lift. Because as soon as anything starts to stand up, with that stand up of the disc, it gains height, and those branches come into play. As they're throwing their up shots, I'm sure the whole Ryder Cup team for America is watching this before their round in the morning. I just want to wish you all...
To our close friend Bryson DeChambeau, thank you so much for representing the United States.
Yeah, play well tomorrow. I watched that today. It was awesome stuff, and it got me excited to watch this because these guys are giving it their all here on the disc golf course. As you see Emerson run by a good bit.
And jeez, Cory's just striping the center of the target every single time he steps up to putt. Emerson, after going a bit deep with an unfortunate roll after that great drive, has this difficult putt to secure the par. And he's not going... No. It's gone back to where his drive was.
A little shorter.
Yeah,
he's going to be able to
shorter.
stand up, and he should be able to knock this one down.
Yeah, but there's a mental challenge on this putt. Yeah, I mean, how can you get into rhythm after thinking you did everything right off the tee? A little bit too much pace on that approach shot. I don't know if he was just trying to make one and knowing that he's got to make it.
He was just trying to make that for sure.
But you just cannot suffer a double bogey
Doubleiner.
again. He's got a double bogey Oreo sandwich right now, and that's not the kind of Oreo that you want to ever eat. That's
Doubleina Bogart.
Yeah, you've said it many times, and that's right. It's not good. It's just,
well, I mean, it's tough.
and
It's tough. That's 2 in the last 3 holes. That's not going to get the job done.
No.
Emerson knows that. I suspect he's going to be playing very aggressive on this hole. Hole 15, par 4. What are you trying to do?
Well, I think these guys are going to try to take the hyzer flip, or maybe just anhyzer with a driver, pushing the left side of this fairway to drift back down to the right side, get every single bit of the fairway, because once it gets over that hill at about 330 feet, it's all downhill to the basket. You can really get upwards of 500 to 550 pretty easily if you get this thing on the right line.
Especially this guy.
Yeah, he's going to throw a lot of hyzer. This guy loves the hyzer flip, but he has pulled this one early, and it is very fortunate to get through that initial gap and stay in the middle, because that was a missed shot from Cory.
I think that's maybe, well, some of the reason that it got so lucky is because he just threw a mid-range there.
Oh, that was a mid.
Yeah, so
okay.
a little softer reaction off of the branches and such.
Mason going with a TL3, and that's just a position shot into the middle. Not a ton of distance, but it is very serviceable from there.
Mid-range for Chris, but this is turned too much. It needs to cut, and it does, and that'll give him a shot down there.
Yeah, that's a huge little bit of a 15-foot rollout that Chris got.
Yeah, he gave it the full shot, and it's been coming out early today for Emerson. That's been his miss, is the early release, and the early release on this course is not good.
And Emerson is in quite a bit of danger. And from there, is he going forehand roller? Trying to, but cutting out. That's not the easiest. This green is difficult to approach no matter how close you are to the pin, and he's got to get up and down just for the bogey. I just can't imagine how he's going to be able to rebound if he takes 3 doubles in 4 holes.
I'm not going to say it. I hate saying it.
I can't even say. That's like you trying to say foliage.
Yeah.
Foliage.
Doubleina Bogart.
Stop it.
That was a tough roll away there, but that's what the product of hitting that hillside and not getting the height to get on that second shelf. And if you skip it in there, I mean, it's basically a luck factory. This one, a little too hot.
Oh.
But he doesn't get the big roll off.
Kind of a fortunate little grab there of the edge of the hill. Going the inside skip. Hyzer trying to get the skip up the hill and then getting a little bit of the edge of the hill. And it looks like that almost hit our catch cam guy, Josh Eisengruber. And this needs to get up and down to avoid the 14th century female music composer, Doubleina Bogart.
Big putt from distance down there with Chris coming up the hill. I mean, had the torturance, but not the
furtherance. Yeah, furtherance is what we're looking for. Sit.
Oh, you nasty little.
Sit.
Okay, not so nasty. Annoying. An annoying putt to have to make, and definitely missable because of that. 1 inch low.
So we'll be going birdie free on hole 15. Mason able to save the par, and no one on this card has had a bogey all round except for Emerson. This card is playing very clean for the most part.
Yeah, just wait for hole 18.
Yeah, that's going to change. You could put the best players in the world that are playing the very best disc golf that they could play.
Oh, you mean right here?
Yeah, but I mean, like, you could take prime Macbeth, prime Wysocki, prime Eagle, prime Calvin. You could sub in Dickerson or whoever. You put 4 guys in 18, 2 of them are taking a bogey. That's just the way hole 18 is.
Climo.
No, Climo's taking a birdie. Hole 16, par 3, 368. Left to right shot, backhand. Anheuser works well to open up the angle of the gap as big as possible, but you can also fit a forehand through there with a little bit of a flip up action. Slopes downhill the whole way on that green. The putts can get very fast. Ooh, is this 2 inside or is this going to work?
2 inside kind of works. That's tough, though, because he's putting so well. He's going to have to think about running that.
No way he lays it up.
Yeah, I think he might. I mean, that's deep up there. Get a good kick.
Mason not getting it to turn quite enough, but he's still in circle 2. This needs to get right. Oh, it's trying to, and it would have. But he's going to be also left with a very difficult decision from probably 55.
Interesting play here for Emerson, having that solid sidearm, wanting to throw the Anheuser. I mean, this looks perfect.
Yeah, this
just missed
those. Miss them all. No,
the middle one.
Threw
it too good, honestly.
Each one of these trees represents a finger, and Emerson just got the middle finger.
Yes, he did. And he is not laying that up. And it looked like it had a nice line on it.
It sure did, but not a bad roll. Oh, yeah, I think that's a layup. Yeah, he was a little bit farther away. I thought he was at 45 to 50. He's running it all day. That was closer to 60.
I mean, I was surprised he didn't run it. That play's a little shorter of a putt, especially with that spin putt. Dickerson right in front of him. He ain't laying this up.
No, he's definitely running this one. He's running, and he's making it. Let's go. Drawing a piece of metal, too, off the top band and in.
Let's see the reaction from the putter. Wobble, gobble, ding.
Yeah, just the slightest bit of the lower part of the band, and that's going to stay in there 9 times out of 9.
What is this move? A little upside down slider?
Sure. I mean, that's cornhole perfection in disc golf. Emerson just having to keep his eyes on that one to make sure it stayed in. He's going through a tough stretch right now.
I wish I would have laid my putt up where Cory laid his up. I went full send. He's way down there into the highway.
Did you take a 6 or a 7?
Yes.
Yeah, that is ugly stuff from there. We saw Eric do that in round 1 and make a miraculous putt. Is it still me? Yep, okay. Hole 17, par 3, 415 feet. Do you go mid-range or fairway driver if you're these guys?
You're going to go mid-range or putter is going to be the play here. Yeah. I saw a lot of putters off the tee from some of the competitors that I played with today. No wind to really speak of, so your best this is definitely a putter from Chris.
Yep, he's going PA3. And I like the idea of the putter just to nestle at park, but I think there is some merit to going a higher speed just to go long, because the last thing you want is that same putt that we just saw in the last hole where you're putting downhill. It's what a extra benefit if you could be 30 feet past. That's the place to play it to.
And there's that putter shot. Money in the bank with his stroke. That should be no problem. Mason going mid-range.
He just doesn't even release the disc. He just turns his body, puts his hands up like he's blowing a cloud of dust.
Here's the thing, though. Down the stretch, hole 17 and 18, 16, the putt becomes a bit tougher in the circle. It just does.
Especially when you got that big old lead he's got right now. That's not that big. 2 strokes is not.
No, there's
not
no
safe.
comfort.
No.
With a 2-shot lead on this tour. That if he had 8, he might be feeling frisky. He's still in complete grind mode. Look at this guy just trying, wheeling it up there. Love the fight.
He is certainly one of the fiercest competitors we have on tour. He is going to fight all the way through the finish line. Never a player to complain too much. He's going to give it his best shot every chance he has. Not surprised by that result there, Paul.
I'm kind of surprised. That was dead hard of the dead center of the deadest eye.
Au contraire, that was very alive. That was fantastic. Oh, yes. What Mason just canning it with all the pressure like you're talking about can feel difficult, but he is once again cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, great putts from them up top there. Even as you said, the green's quick. I mean, you miss barely, and no matter what, it's going to be a 20-footer.
Oh, here it is. We've alluded to it, but this is the 4.62 averaging hardest hole on the course, par 4, 742 feet. It's all nice and candies and lollipops out here, but once you enter the woods, nothing fun. There's no games about this. This is just pure treachery, and if you aren't in the perfect position to attack, you can almost forget about the par.
Forget about it.
The woods, the rough, it is absolutely devastating. Hole 18 will eat your lunch, and will eat the other player's lunch on the card too, because it's hungry for bogeys.
And take your money.
And say something bad about your mama.
Some of my money today.
Yeah, it's going to do a lot of rude things.
Sidearm. Okay, he's happy with the last little push there.
Yeah.
That could be right around the center. We'll see what he's got from there. Really tough to tell how good these shots are. This needs a big skip. Gets it. Okay, that's in the middle, but
come on.
Snugged up against that tree. That's going to be a tough par. Honestly, that's going to be a tough par from there because at best he can get down to the bottom. I like this play for the birdie.
Yeah,
I think the roller can get farther.
You got to get, and then sit. That's how the roller plays on hole 18.
Yesterday, Emerson turned this over a bit too much. Let's see if he can keep the hyzer on it.
And this was the Mason in round 1 was actually 11 under for the round going into this hole, as Emerson's done a beautiful drive here and bogeyed this to go back to 10. So see if he can avoid repeating that fate today. Standstill forehand for Cory, kicking to the left, and that is never a good thing on 18.
Okay, get down to the bottom.
Okay.
Doesn't hit anything, but I think that kick to the left at the end.
Yeah. Oh? Is it all there? Oh, my goodness. I'm sure he was just back to the last tree.
Roller? I kind of like this play. I do.
Whoa.
Oh, get lucky. Get.
Whoa. All right.
He just nutmegged like 4 trees.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
What a shot. Honestly, to just have a look on this is just things dreams are made out of. That was an awkward little sidearm. You could tell he didn't have much.
There's no big Jerm dedication there because there ain't no line there.
Okay, big moment here for Mason. That lead looks nice. If he could somehow salvage the par where he's not going to be able to.
Man. Yeah, unless he comes up big here. This is...
okay, yeah, he's
makeable
too. Okay,
yeah, certainly makeable.
I got lost with the camera angle there.
Emerson, please, let's just get off the course with a par. Yeah, he's going to secure the par with that. So, not what he was looking for. He's going to fall back big time in the standings, but you still got 2 more rounds in this 4-round event, and Cory's just looking to, please, let me get off the course. I'm shooting so good.
Yep.
No bogeys for the whole round, and then get here. And if Mason doesn't make this,
Oh,
we're going to have two bogey captors.
Not in from there, though.
No guarantees. And that will be the dreaded double. Dublina Bergowski. And meanwhile, Chris right there, man, he makes that putt.
Yeah.
We could have seen a tie, actually, because... Okay, no. It wouldn't have been a tie, but it would have put a little pressure on Mason, perhaps, if he was doing some number calculations in his head. Either way, it's just going to be a bogey finish once again for Mason in 18, and it really doesn't even feel like normal bogey in the sense that...
It does. Any bogey on your card feels awful.
It does, but you also know that especially when you're looking at other people taking doubles, it certainly feels a little bit less sharp and painful, but it obviously still stings. So that will do it for the first half of the 2021 Music City Open here in Nashville, Tennessee, where we are going to do a leaderboard check-in right now. And Mason Ford still holding on to a lead, but it is now only one shot after Adam Hammis puts up a fire emoji, 9 under to move to 16 down.
Adam Hammis. Okay, so there's talk about the Paul Macbeth and the Ricky Wysocki, all these people.
He's working his way up there.
Adam Hammis is a closer, and he's proved it this year. I'm so excited to see these guys battle it out for the rest of the weekend.
Well, we have 2 more rounds left on the regular season of the National Tour. Oh, this is the National Tour finale, but we've only got 1 more Pro Tour event left and then 1 major, and that is it for the season. Thank you so much to the Founders Club. Thank you for watching. And on a personal note, I want to say thank you to everyone with the words of encouragement and support. It's been a tough couple days for myself, but I really appreciate your words of support. Thank you to the disc golf community. You guys rock.